without further ado,
Today, we are going to be recreating the classic and signature Pz9 Project Zorgo mask. Oh! What? Ugh. We're going to be using the old Guy Fawkes mask. This mask that has been synonymous with hackers and bad guys all over the world. Now, originally, the origins of this mask were all based on this character of history named Guy Fawkes. And he was known for his... Actually, don't know. Now, which mask is right for recreating the iconic Pz9 mask? Clearly, any mask can work too, but we want something with high quality. So, I'm choosing this mask. What makes this mask different from this mask? It's all about the materials, baby. Option A, very nice, widely available. You can find this on Amazon for just about a few bucks a pop. If I bent this any harder, boom, it's gonna pop and break. And that's definitely not a mask you want on your face when it's mission time. Now, what makes this mask any better? It's the materials, baby! Ouch! Now that we've determined which mask we're gonna use, we need to go through and determine how we're gonna cut this mask. If you're trying to customize this mask in your own way, do whatever you want. Chop it up, paint it down, add your own flair to it. So one of the most iconic features of the original Pz9 design mask was the half mask feature. Measure twice, cut once. I start to just try and draw in a hard line so I know where to cut. Right along the lips, the cheek. Now I kind of eyeball it here. Let's just make a nice curve here. So I'm just gonna repeat the same lines on the other side. Excellent job. Now we have guidelines. Now you might be asking, how do you cut something like resin? These are called tin snips, usually used to slice and cut into sheet metal. So let's start with the first cut. Here we go. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's not do it that way because it just cracked. You live, you learn. Let's find another solution. You might be wondering why I got the face cover, but the face cover is super important when we're going into this next step. Now you probably want to do this in a well-ventilated area like outside, but Dane is outside right now and he doesn't want to be a part of this, probably my assumption. Our little wood burning pen is heating up. This pointed tip should be able to melt this resin away. Now this takes a long process, but what happens is when you're melting this through, you don't get those sharp edges that you might get if you were using a razor blade. This whole thing is just for getting a clean line to separate the mask into two parts. If you look at the back side, we can see that, oh yeah, the pen has come through in some cases. Again, you can do this with any tools that will cut, but melting it is the easiest way to work on this kind of material without it shattering into millions of pieces. Let me unplug all this right now. Hopefully I didn't melt anything onto the table. Let's see if we have a clean cut. Try this side. Yep, working this side. Oh yeah, we're getting some separation. Now it looks really rough, but don't worry about that yet. God, this is kind of a big piece. Don't crack, don't crack. Oh my goodness. Not now. Freaking... Dude. Can you imagine if this was the way Project Zorgo members would talk to each other? Ah! Look at how rough these edges are. That is no good for the face. Start sanding it down, making it smooth to the touch. Still making sure you're wearing your face covering. You don't want those toxic particulates. The longer you work on your mask, the more special it will be to you. Just like any other project. I'm going to stencil out an idea for how I want to do my signature Roman numerals 9. Just so I know how to do it. That's gonna look pretty neat when that's done. So with that, I wanted to make 9 scars or imperfections in the mask that would make it different. The reason why I chose to do damages and scars on the mask is it makes these masks look less clean. 1, 2, 3. Now that we got some guidelines for some of the marks that we want to do with our burning pen, let's get to it. The way it melts just make it look so cool and serious. That's an iconic look right there. Trust the process. Be patient with what you're doing. Oops, I cut that one way too deep. I'm satisfied with using this pen, so make sure that when it's out of use, unplug it. Some of it looks a little unclean, so I'm just gonna go through and file it down just a little bit. All right, excellent. So far, I'm feeling really satisfied about this mask. But if you look at it from a distance, a lot of the details that you've just created aren't really that visible. I'm gonna be using e.l.f.'s H2O proof eyeliner pen, which just means that it should be ready for any kind of missions. So let's highlight some of the details and add a little bit of pop to the mask. How are we feeling about this? Yay or nay? All the marker looks too clean. You gotta smudge it up a little bit. I think we're almost there now. Nice. The only thing left to do is to go ahead and extract the internals of this broken quest to be able to insert eventually. Maybe there's a way to make a mask that moves like this. All right, let's see how this fits. Sort of. Please fit. Oh, ooh, that's an exquisite fit. Oh my gosh, we should have been having these little interface facial cushion thingies for all the masks. That fits so good, and I could probably take a punch to the face without it hurting so bad. And my eyes look pretty good in here too. I feel like myself again. The Pz9 Mask in 2025. Wow.